podcast party. Descent into Avernus.
My name is Hylan. Because of something we did, my friends and I have been blackmailed into completing a dangerous mission for the Flaming Fist, the mercenary police force here in Baldur's Gate. We're in the middle of a raid on the Dungeon of the Dead Three, a secret temple to the evil gods Bane, Baal, and Merkel, hidden under a bathhouse in the lower city. We've discovered unholy altars, torture chambers, bloodthirsty cultists, and we managed to free a prisoner. We disguised ourselves as cultists and entered a shrine to Merkel, where one of the cultists was creating zombies from the corpses of dead prisoners. We got the drop on her and killed her and her undead skeletal rats. That still leaves us right in the middle of the dungeon and knee-deep in danger.
Okay. In addition to her flail, which is lying on the floor next to her dead body, this cultist has a book chained to her belt. It has black leather covers.
Is there a lock?
Make a perception check.
I can help you look for it.
Make it with advantage.
13.
Yeah, you notice a couple things. Number one, the book has indeed a lock on it. It sort of has a tiny skull-shaped locking mechanism. And in perusing the body of this dead cultist, you notice that in her hair, she has a very strange metallic-looking hairpin, which also has a skull on it, the end of which looks kind of more like a key, actually.
Right, I try to slide the hairpin into the chain lock,
Oh, it definitely fits.
and I slide the book free,
Okay.
and I will have a look inside.
Okay. You open the book, and when you do, a wisp of black smoke rises from its pages.
I knew it.
And
Fucking
coalesces.
It's the gloves all over again.
Sorry. And
The tapestry.
it's the tapestry, it's the gloves, it's the oh shit. It coalesces into a skull that cackles madly for a few seconds. And it dissipates. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
An 11.
Okay. You feel sick to your stomach, Renascence. Something is definitely wrong, and you immediately fall to your knees and vomit.
That book is terrible.
Great.
I know what you had for lunch.
I mean, it had a skull key and it just... Okay.
Renascence, for mechanical purposes, for the next 24 hours, although you're probably aware of it simply from the way you feel, you are cursed. During which time, you have vulnerability to necrotic damage.
Oh, man.
The book is still open.
Someone want to look at that?
I don't think anyone should look at it, to be honest.
I don't want anything to do with that book, but anyone else is free to look. I'm just gonna go rub Renaissance's back.
If the book's open, Corbin's going to look at it.
No, no, Corbin! I sort of try to push the book away from me.
Corbin, are you intent on looking at this book while Renascence tries to push it away?
No, once he pushes it, I go, did the thing come out when you opened it or when you read it?
Good. Well, I don't know. Ask the DM.
God, I would like to ask if...
That's my next adventure. God, are you there? It's me, Corbin.
Oh,
Oh, that's adorable.
It is essentially as soon as Renascence's eyes hit the pages.
I don't think it was a mechanical thing. I think it was when I looked at the page.
before anyone can do anything else with the book, Ofelia runs up to it and stabs it with her rapier.
Okay, a very Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets moment.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Love it.
It doesn't scream or bleed or cause, any Horcruxes to explode or anything like that, but it indeed is stabbed.
Wait, I can burn it.
I think that would be best.
I sacred flame it.
Okay. Sacred Flame does radiant damage, not fire damage. It's worth noting that.
Can you sacred flame an object?
I don't see why not. It does, I think, technically say a creature, but
Yeah, it does say a creature.
it is also a cantrip, right? So I think that
Yeah.
I'll allow it. It's just for the sake of flavor, absolutely. It does not light on fire, though.
I think I killed it. There you go.
Should we take it with us to destroy it further?
No, just don't, never, no one should ever look at it.
Well, somebody might come through and take it. We should destroy it somehow.
Sorry, did he not just destroy it?
I don't think so.
The book is not in tatters. The sacred flame is mainly just a radiant light that causes pain to creatures. It doesn't destroy things.
Ofelia will use her rapier to try to just manually rip
Okay.
through the pages.
Since you already have it on the tip of your rapier, you sort of give it a big wave around, and this leather book just essentially just flutters to pieces. Pages scattered around the room.
I stagger back to my feet, and I'd like to search the rest of the room.
Okay. There is this corpse on this table. It looks pretty grody.
Corbin would like to check out the corpse.
Okay. Luckily, it's no one you know, Corbin.
He'll poke around in it. It's definitely dead, right?
Oh, yeah, you poke around in it. I mean, it's hard to be alive without your internal organs present inside your body.
Oh, Renascence, don't look at that. It's not going to help you feel better.
Is there anything on this altar other than this body around the altar?
Nope. That is it.
I noticed there's a door near the tunnel where we came in. Can I listen at this door?
Certainly. Make a perception check.
When he goes to listen, I put my hand on his shoulder and give him guidance.
It's a total of 8.
You hear nothing.
I kick it in.
Okay. Well, bam! As you do so, you recognize a very familiar hallway, and a set of steps leads back to the altar of Bane.
Did anyone take her flail?
I didn't.
I'm going to take it. I'm just going to sling it over my shoulder.
We could try the rotten egg room, or we could try the only door we haven't gone through yet.
Let's try the door. I don't like the egg room.
So we'll head back to the intersection of the Dead Three.
It's worth noting that this isn't the only other door that you haven't tried. The other door that you haven't gone through as you were traipsing through the sort of southern section of the dungeon was a door that you came across right after you guys hit the altar of Merkel. You went down the steps, you saw a door, you went past it, and then you were noticed by the
Right,
Merkelite.
I see. I remember that door. Yes. I'm standing by it.
I'm not saying there's anything beyond it, I'm just saying that there is another door.
Let's check out the area to the east.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Looks like a normal wooden door.
I will listen at the door.
Make a perception check.
I will give you gut.
Thank you. That's a 15?
You hear something behind the door. It sounds sort of like scuttling noises.
Maybe more.
Fucking rats.
Yeah, maybe more rats.
I don't want to go in first. Don't like them. They get in my beard.
What do you guys think?
Well, in a way, it doesn't matter because Zodge wants us to clear out the whole nest. So we've pretty much got to hit every room anyway.
That's true. All right, I will open the door.
Okay. You open the door, and there, about 15 feet from your position, is a really sizable looking rat. It's about the size of a small cat. And it sees you open the door, and it doesn't run away, and it doesn't attack you. It just sort of squeaks.
Hello, Ratty.
Can anybody speak rat?
No, it's just a rat.
If it touches my beard, I'm gonna kill it.
I once knew somebody who could speak to rats and other animals. Can anybody do that?
Right, not.
They like food.
Maybe has anyone got a bit of, like, cheese or...
Yeah.
We have rations.
Yeah, I break him off a little bit of dried jerky and just sort of toss it away.
Toss it.
Like, past him, see if he goes around and gets it.
You see the rat's head sort of trace the piece of food through the air as it hits the wall and lands on the other side of it, and it scuttles over to the piece of jerky and starts to nibble on it.
Yeah, I think he's just a rat.
All right, let's keep going.
Yep.
He sort of sits up on his hind legs with the jerky in its forepaws and just
Oh, that's
munches
cute.
on it.
It's a little cute, but it's still a dungeon rat. A giant dungeon rat. Let's not get too attached
it's
to
not
it, okay?
wading through a corpse or whipping someone, so by the standards of this bathhouse, it's pretty cute.
Exactly. I've seen worse today.
Yeah.
Corbin leaves him a little bit more food,
Okay.
and he says, I'm not mad at you for what those other rats did. You're all right. And he leaves him a little more food, and then he continues on.
My heart.
I know.
Rat lovers of the world unite. Yes, as you pass by the rat, you go down a corridor, which turns into sort of a more man-made tunnel, almost, and then descends into dark, murky water. At the end of this man-made fissure is yet another muck-ridden door.
How deep is the water?
Same, about 2 or 3 feet deep.
Okay.
I'll listen at the door.
Perception check.
An 8.
Can't hear anything.
Maybe check it for traps.
Okay.
Guidance.
Investigation.
That's an 18.
Not trapped.
Okay, I'm gonna open it.
Okay. You see that this is another flooded room. It seems that there are sort of rubble-strewn corners of the room, as well as 4 rather sizable wooden beams that hold up the ceiling of this room as well. There is a tunnel from this room that goes directly to the north. With your dark vision, you can see that the tunnel culminates in yet another room. This room, however, seems to be very interesting to you, Hylan, because rising out of the water is a stone sarcophagus resting in the middle of the room.
Renascence, can you do that thing where you can tell if are undead around?
No, sorry, I'm fresh out. I've got arrested a bit.
All right. Well, we'll find out.
I could take a listen. I just listen, and I'll guidance myself.
Perception.
It's a total of 13.
You don't hear any kind of sounds besides your own sloshing through the water and your breathing.
We make our way up the narrow corridor towards the strange room, the sarcophagus.
Okay.
Can I see into the sarcophagus from where I am, or is it above eye level?
The top of the sarcophagus is above the water, and it is open, but as soon as you stand next to it, you see that its stone lid is actually on the other side of it, broken in 3 pieces under the water, north of your position. You also see that there is nothing inside this sarcophagus. Except for bones, or at least the remains of bones. At some point during the process that human bodies decompose, this is just a sort of note, I found this out the hard way, your bones actually sort of turn to black sludge if they're exposed to water and moisture for too long. And as you look down into this sarcophagus, you see that the majority of these bones have just completely water-laden and sodden turned to a black ichor.
Matt, I am curious when you say you found this out the hard way.
Yeah, I'm also curious.
Much information.
What does that mean?
The internet has a good and a bad part to it. That's all I'll say.
True, that's true. That's true.
What's the good part?
I'd like to make my way over to the submerged lid of the sarcophagus and see if I can make out if there's anything carved on it or written on it.
It's murky. You'd have to pull them out of the water.
I pull a chunk out.
Okay. When you pull one of the fragments out of the water, you see that the fragment that you've pulled out, which is about, 3 feet wide by about 2 feet long, has an etching on it of a screaming face with a beard on it.
Any runes or anything like that?
No runes.
I just gently lower it back.
Okay.
Corbin would like to look at the sarcophagus around the edges to see if there's anything written or any runes or anything all around the edges, even under the water a little. He'll feel around a little.
Okay. You can make a perception check since you're looking under the water, or feeling under the water.
That would be an 8.
Can't feel anything. You feel a whole lot of gunk and moss and slime, but no runes.
I'm going to take my dagger and gently just kind of put it down in the sarcophagus and poke through some of this ooze and see if anything happens.
Okay. You take your dagger, place it into sort of the sludge-laden bones, and start to sort of root around in there. And as you do so, this awful sort of sucking sound comes from directly above the sarcophagus as a ghostly green battle axe appears.
You really Renaissance that one.
And let's roll initiative.
I really, I didn't think it would do that.
Renaissance got a 20.
Ophelia got a 23.
Hylan got a 16.
Corbin got a 15.
Okay.
Those are good rolls.
Yeah, I didn't even need your blessing, Andy. It worked out.
Sort of.
Not that I didn't want it.
But, like, what are we fighting? A ghost axe?
Ophelia, you're first.
Ophelia swings her rapier at the axe, trying to cut it at the handle to separate the handle from the blade.
Sure.
If that works, I don't know if you can do that to a ghost axe, but that's going to be a 10.
A 10 will miss entirely, unfortunately.
Ophelia will run down the hallway away from the axe to give Renascence a chance to move into the room.
Is that going to draw an op attack?
Oh, just kidding. No, she doesn't do that. Nope, but she will just move a little closer to Corbin, running farther into the room to give Renascence a path in.
Okay. Renascence, you're actually next.
Don't go visiting my intentions, Ophelia. I make the devil sign and I whistle at the axe. And the axe, hopefully, is not too wise, because it's got to make a DC 13 wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It got a 9.
That's a fail. So it does take 5 necrotic damage.
Okay, so here's what happens. Reticence, normally when you cast spells of this type, you know for certain, either from casting them on creatures or objects, that you have done something to it from the spell effect. In this case, you don't see that this ghostly axe has had anything done to it from this spell.
Right. The axe is problematic. I take a step back.
Okay. Speaking of problematic, it is now the axe's turn. The axe will attack Hylan.
That's fitting.
And got a 7, missing you entirely, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay. It whistles through the air and goes back to its position. Hylan, it is your turn.
Okay. I wonder if this axe moves or if it just stays where it is. I guess I'm going to try to swing my short sword at it.
Is she flanking with Corbin, technically?
She is.
Great, I got a 23.
The 23 hits, and as your short sword swings and clearly goes through this ghostly battle axe, you don't see any kind of ectoplasm or anything accompany your hit. It just goes straight through the axe.
I say, leave it, it's just a ward, fall back.
Yep. I'm going to run out of the room and see what happens. I'm willing to take an op attack just to see if it moves.
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I go in front of Renascence.
Okay, it does, in fact, swing at you as you turn your back to it. A 14.
That's my armor class that hits.
Okay. It will do 6 damage to you. And as the axe sort of sinks into your back, you are sort of blown forward by the force of it, and it pushes you 10 feet, and you land prone in the water.
I yell, back away from it carefully.
Corbin, it's your turn.
Corbin completely ignores him and says, "You desecrated this grave." And he reaches down into the water and grabs the biggest chunk of the lid that he can, because he's standing right next to the sarcophagus lid, and he heaves it up with his big, long, bare arms and his big frame, and he places what he can back on top of the sarcophagus.
As you do so, Corbin, I want you to make a quick perception check as you pick up the middle piece.
That would be an 8.
You see the outlines, although it's not very clear to you, of this figure's torso, of the person inscribed on the sarcophagus lid. The torso is actually carrying an axe in their right hand that looks just like this axe. And as you throw it through the air, the axe does not respond in any way.
Okay, I'm just trying to cover the sarcophagus back up.
Sure. It is partially covered by this piece of stone.
And how many more pieces are there?
2.
Then Corbin's going to move around the sarcophagus to the other side and stop right on the other side, so he's flanking with Ofelia.
Okay, Ophelia, it's now your turn.
Ophelia will disengage as her action from the axe and back down the hallway toward her friend.
Fantastic. All right, Renascence, it's now your turn.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna keep moving away from it. So I will squeeze past Hylan and make my way back down the flooded tunnel.
Sure thing. The axe sees that the only target it has left is Corbin, so we will make an attack on Corbin.
But I'm trying to help.
That is a 14 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. It pings off your shield. Hylan, it's your turn.
I'm glad I'm the one that got hit. I deserve that. And I'm just going to keep running away.
All right.
5, 10, 15, 20. I'll go in front of Renascence again.
All right, I'll take you and Renascence out from the combat since you're essentially have removed yourselves, leaving essentially at this point only Corbin and Ofelia within attack range. Corbin, it's now your turn.
How many pieces are left on the sarcophagus?
2 under the water.
Corbin is going to run over and grab another one and place it on top. Does he notice anything change as he does that? Does the axe react? Does there...
Make a perception check.
12?
You don't notice anything. The axe doesn't sort of like look at you.
No, I mean, does it like vibrate or anything weird? Like, okay. And I'm assuming that's my action because that's...
Yep.
All right, so he's just going to move around to the other side where the last piece is. And that's his turn.
All right. Ofelia?
Ofelia will yell, "Come on, Corbin! Just leave it alone. It's not worth it." And she will back down the hallway toward her friend.
All right. I will remove you from combat as well. It's just Corbin and the axe.
Oh, shit.
Corbin and the axe.
I wasn't sure if that was like Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers
You're welcome.
reference. That is a 19 to hit you, Corbin.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
6 force damage, and it sort of throws you against the back wall, and you are laid prone under the water.
Ow. All right.
It's your turn now.
Shit. So I stand,
Okay.
and then Corbin is going to use the disengage action and run down the hall and get out of range of this axe. 10, 15. So I'm out of the room.
Okay. Absolutely. The axe follows you to the edge of the room
Oh, damn it.
and takes a final swing at you. A 13.
That misses.
Does move.
Okay, you just turn around just in time with your shield for this axe to ping off against it. It's now your turn.
I will once again disengage from it and move down the hall.
Okay.
You guys, we had one piece left. That's all we had to do. And I'll look back. Does the axe disappear or anything when I leave?
The axe does not disappear. It hovers in the archway of the corridor, but does not pursue you.
Corbin, I'm not sure that would have made it go away. If it just needed the lid on, it would have been in the air when we got in there. Somebody took the lid off.
Can I shoot a spell at it since we're still kind of in combat?
You used your action to disengage.
Right, so it's its turn and it doesn't do anything.
That's correct. It will just move back to its spot and hover there over the sarcophagus. So now it's your turn if you choose to continue combat.
I'm going to move back because right there I can see it. I move one square essentially and I can see it. And I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on it.
Okay. I'll just tell you what happens. When you cast Sacred Flame, a beam of light appears from essentially nowhere and just passes straight through it into the open sarcophagus. Nothing happens to the axe.
I say, Corbin, I think it's some sort of magical trap. Our spells don't shut it down. But I think it just wants that room. It can keep it as far as I'm concerned.
I think we should cover the sarcophagus. I think that would be the right thing to do, but I'm really wounded. See all the blood? There's a lot of blood.
No, I think we should just leave. Whatever that body is, that person's been dead a very long time.
So whatever we've got left, we've got to save it for killing living cultists, I think. And maybe once we've cleared them out, we can see about shutting down some of these curses and traps that are in here.
All right.
But we can't just, throw ourselves against that thing. It's going to cut us to ribbons.
All right.
Maybe we actually ought to take a breather here in the corner.
Can we get out of the water?
Yeah. I start making my way back northeast through this tunnel.
Okay, the four of you go back to dry land, essentially out of the flooded corridors, and are once again in the room with that rather sizable-looking rat who has completely finished the jerky that you have given to it, and sort of sits there, looking expectantly at you.
All right, rat. I throw it another little piece of jerky.
It starts to devour it immediately.
I say, does anyone need a rest?
Yeah, I need one.
Yeah, I could use one.
So could I.
I'll keep watch. The tunnel to the north. Maybe we just catch our breaths here for an hour or so.
I'm sorry, everyone. I thought maybe there would be something that could help us in there, or we could learn something
No,
from
of course. I mean, listen, you don't have to apologize to me. I'm poking tapestries and opening books and all the rest of it.
Corbin's going to slop down in the corner and just sort of relax and eat a little food and share it with the rat.
The rat greedily nibbles from your hand.
Maybe we'd like to try for a short rest here, Matt.
Okay, that's fine. Let me roll in plain view of you a d20.
And I will keep watch, because I don't really need to rest.
Alrighty. If you have any hit dice to spend from the first short rest that you already took, this is now your second short rest. If you have anything to spend, use it now during your short rest, which goes uneventfully.
Ophelia, can you sing a song?
Yeah, can you play that song?
I would be happy to.
Maybe just humming, Just a lovely hum. Yeah.
I will lightly hum a calm and restful tune.
Okay.
Corbin and the axe. And I will cast Song of Rest so you can add an extra d6 to your attack.
Hi, everybody. This is Tal, the guy who plays Renascence. We hope you're enjoying Podcast Party Descent into Avernus. We'll be back in just a minute with more carnage. But first, let me tell you that we are Cast Party, a group of D&D fans who happen to be professional actors, directors, artists, producers, and friends. Cast Party's professional dungeon masters are available to hire for special occasions, parties, corporate team-building events, or anytime you need an adventure. Right now, we're running online games only. When we can, we host site-specific live D&D adventure experiences at locations in and around New York City. We also offer free online adventures at least once a month. We're available to run games for adult groups as well as for kids. For March through April, I'm DMing free monthly games set in Baldur's Gate during the exact time that Podcast Party Descent into Avernus takes place. These free adventures run parallel to our story, kind of like Fear the Podcast Party, but, enjoyable. So if you want to play with me for free, check us out at cast-party.com and follow us on Facebook at CastPartyDND, Twitter at CastParty2, and Instagram at cast_party. I also want to thank you for your support. February was our busiest month yet. We ran 21 online games last month, which was a new high for us. We got to play with adults and kids from all over the world, and it was a privilege and a pleasure. And please don't forget to spread the word about us if you know anybody looking for a game. In fact, we're so busy that we've added 2 new DMs to our roster. Chicago-based teaching artist Sean Hendrickson of Carpe DM, and New Jersey-based DM and content creator Rachel Savicki. We're really happy to welcome them, and you can book games with them and all of our awesome DMs at cast-party.com. On our website, you can also find original artwork of our characters, and we're posting maps and pics and other background material to give you some visuals to go along with the story. Our merch store features all the official Cast Party apparel and accessories that the cool kids are wearing. If you enjoy Cast Party Descent into Avernus, please subscribe to the show, rate us, leave us a review. We're doing this as a labor of love, and it really helps us a lot. We'd love to hear from you. Message us on social media or email us at info@cast-party.com. Thanks very much for listening, and now back to our adventure in Baldur's Gate. I think we've got our choice of Intersection of the Dead 3 or Rotten Eggs Room.
No, let's go back and cover up that sarcophagus. I think it needs...
We can go back to that later.
Fine.
I'd like to go into the next room.
Okay. Renascence, as you sort of move into the room, you see that one of the archways is open, which leads into another portion of this room.
Is that off to the east there?
That is correct.
I listen for anything down that archway.
Yeah, perception check.
10.
You don't hear anything,
Right.
Unfortunately. Hylan, as you move through the corridor, you face doors to the north and to the south.
Okay, I will listen at the door to the south.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception.
10.
Yeah, you don't hear anything.
All right, I open it.
All right. This crypt has an open sarcophagus at the very back. Its heavy stone lid lying on its side between the sarcophagus and the southern wall.
Got another one.
Is it open?
It does seem open.
Why are these all open?
Well, that priestess of miracle we met, she said it was her job to bring things back. So maybe they've been defiling these crypts and tombs, making undead, recruiting them to help them.
Corbin and Renascence, as you move into the room closer to the sarcophagus, you see that the north-facing side of the sarcophagus bears sort of faded frescoes of spear-wielding warriors charging across golden plains on horseback.
Do we know what that is?
Make a religion check.
12?
It strikes a memory, but then it's gone.
Do you think these are Hell Riders?
So this was a Hell Rider, and when he defiled him.
Is it possible to lift it?
It seems extremely heavy, but you can certainly try. Make an athletics check.
Corbin will help him.
Okay, make it with advantage.
I'm wondering if there's a secret door or something under it. It's only an 8 to try to lift it.
It's hundreds and hundreds of pounds. No way.
Okay. I want to check the bottom of it. So I think there might be like stairs going down, like the massage parlor thing. This time I'll give myself guidance.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Corbin, do you mind if I help Renascence?
Sure, go ahead. Corbin backs off.
Alright, so... Oh god. With advantage and guidance, that is still only an 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have anything like stairs.
I'll leave it.
Okay.
Corbin is going to look in this little alcove to the north. Does this look like a guard post or a place you'd pray?
You know what? Make either an investigation or a nature check.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll go investigation.
All right.
Ooh, 16.
Yeah, I think, Corbin, when you sort of walk into this alcove, you realize that it's seemingly like it was half-formed. Like people were tunneling out rooms, and this was never completed.
Oh, it should have been another crypt, but it's not.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. You walk further along the east-west corridor, and there is another door to your south.
Give it a listen.
Guidance.
Perception.
That's a 12.
You put your ear to this door, and you hear...
Ooh, boy.
That doesn't sound good.
What does it sound like?
Please don't make me do it again.
No, I'm asking Hylan.
Oh, okay.
What do you hear? So like moaning.
Oh, yeah. I guess I could have just said that.
Good moaning or evil moaning?
I don't think it's good. It does not sound good.
Corbin, you were asking what happened to the people in the sarcophagus.
It sounds deadish.
I've got no divine magic left.
Yeah. I mean, unless we're gonna try to go somewhere and sleep for the evening, gotta clear it out.
Is the door locked, Hylan?
Is it?
You can make an investigation check.
Guidance.
It's a 15.
You look at the door, you realize the mechanism itself is not trapped, and that it is not locked.
Great. Could I tell when I heard that sound whether it was one corpsey moan or a number of them?
It's my new band.
Corpsey Moan, your new band.
Sounds like a Led Zeppelin song.
Definitely a number. The voices sound distinct.
Okay. It's up to you guys. I don't want to make this decision myself.
Let's go in quick and hit him hard.
Okay. I'll open the door.
Okay. You open the door. And as probably you almost expected, 6
Boys.
humans
6, huh?
with rotting flesh, moaning and gasping, shamble in this particularly dusty crypt, which absolutely reeks of death and decay. In the back, beyond these zombified creatures, you see an open stone sarcophagus resting against the back wall, its shattered lid lying in pieces on the floor around it. and let's roll initiative.
Renascence got a 13.
Corbin got a 15.
Hylan got an 8.
Ophelia got a 15.
Don't worry, I'll just block the door. Ow.
Did we get surprised on these things?
I don't know. Just think about this for a sec. You guys kind of were ready for it, but you didn't. Well, I'll give it to you.
We could do a stealth. Why?
No. Well, you didn't actually stealth first, but that's just mechanics-wise, really. You just busted down the door. Who knows if they were listening on the other side, right? They were like,
Wait, zombies spend their day listening at the door?
Oh, it's like Ludo's in there.
Sarah, friend.
Oh my goodness.
Renaissance yells, Hylan, back off. Keep him in the choke point, one at a time.
alrighty. Corbin, you're first.
All right, Corbin will run right here. He'll see all those horrible, hideous creatures, and he will take out one of his weapons because he's got nothing left. He's going to pull out his whip because he's had good luck with that, and he's going to strike the one closest to the door. Whack with a 16.
Absolutely will hit.
That does 5 points of damage, and the reason I asked if we had a surprise is because I am a bugbear. And
Yeah.
I get an extra 2d6 on that. Ooh, so
Sure.
5 slashing and additional 10 on top of that, so 15 slashing damage.
Surprise whip.
And then Corbin will step back and clear the doorway out. And that's my turn.
All right, Ophelia, you're up.
I don't know how smart these zombies are, but I will try to cast Vicious Mockery on the one standing directly in front of Hylan. So she will take out her guitar. She will say, I am sick when I do look on thee.
Surprisingly wise for a zombie.
Huh.
It got a 17.
Honestly, I can't even be mad, right? Like,
I think that maybe it's just not a very well read zombie, and so it's just like your quote just goes right over its head.
okay. Ophelia will squeeze past Renascence back down the hallway, so as to clear the doorway.
Renascence, you're up.
If I move behind Hylan, will she be able to squeeze past me to get next to me?
Yeah.
All right, I step behind Hylan, and I point the devil fingers towards the foremost zombie, and I say, oh, there's quite a few in there. And I whistle. And it's got to make a DC 13 wisdom saving throw.
It got a 7.
It takes 12 necrotic damage.
Nice.
All right.
All right, this zombie it just turns into gibs, just explodes all over the place.
Yes.
And partially on Hylan.
Sorry about that, Hylan.
It's all right.
Hey, get behind me. I draw my longsword.
Anything else, Renascence?
No.
The zombies, one of them is felled. They're on 5. Surge forward to attack. They all sort of, luckily, are held up in this massive choke point held by Hylan. So the only one that's available to hit you is just one of them at this point, anyway. So this zombie will just come at you, arms extended, and will attempt to pull your face off with a 17.
That'll hit.
7 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Oof.
Massive, bony, fleshy appendages coming at you, full force. The others file in behind it, but they can't really get to you. So that is their turn. Hylan, you're up.
Okay, I'm covered in zombie guts, and I just got the wind knocked out of me, so I'm going to bonus action disengage, get out of the doorway, 5 feet, and then I'm going to shoot at the one that hit me with my short bow. And that's a crit.
Is that your
For 25.
third crit of the night?
It is.
I gotta look into these dice.
That's a good roll, too.
Ouch.
That's 13 piercing damage.
Arrow, it just sticks in the zombie's eye. His head rocks back. It is very, very dead. All right. Anything else, Hylan?
I'm just gonna say, should we shut the door?
No, take him one at a time.
Okay.
Corbin, you're up.
I'll hold the choke point for now.
No, let it come in. Let it come in there.
No, you're right. I won't. So as he goes to go in, he sees Ren's hand holding back. He's like, you're right. He takes his whip, and he can see one zombie right near the door, and he's going to crack him with 21.
That'll hit.
6 points of slashing damage.
The whip circles around one of the zombie's arms, and you pull back. The arm just goes and pops off, but the zombie continues to surge forward.
Ren, get in there. And
No,
I'm
we
done.
can all three hit it. I'm gonna let it come out one.
Ophelia.
Well, I can't wait for it to come out because I can't see it. So Ophelia, fight for better judgment.
Jesus.
You won't be able to back up.
Will run into the doorway.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh my god!
Come save me!
Just-
Ophelia runs into the doorway. And
Oh my
Of
god!
Barge is in head first. Rage.
it's gonna be fine. It'll make for great listening.
I have lots of healing spells left. Great.
She draws her rapier and proceeds to stab at the undead creature right in front of her.
All right.
That's 19 for 11 piercing damage.
You pierce it right through the head. It falls to the ground, and then you see your rapier has completely gone right through its head. And you're like, oh, it's done. And then it just picks itself back up.
Oh, that was a really good zombie sound.
Renascence, you're up.
Renascence's jaw just sort of drops at the fact that Ophelia's jumped in front of him into the choke point he was setting up.
It's not all about you, Ren.
All right, all right, that's fair enough. I'm sure it'll all come out in the wash. I make the devil symbol again, and I gesture towards the one that Ophelia's just knocked down, and I whistle. And it's got to make a DC 13 wisdom save.
Okay. This one, not so wise. So it fails.
7 necrotic.
Okay. You see it sort of like reach up, grasp its head, and its head sort of shivers. Oh my god, I crit that Constitution saving throw. Amazing. And its head like pops off, and it holds its head in its hand, which is still animate. It's just going, and it's still alive.
Renaissance is done.
All right. It is now their turn. These two zombies will attack Ophelia.
Oh god!
The one with its head in its hands will attempt to sort of bite you maliciously, and the other one will just try to slam you in the face.
Oh god.
16 to hit, Ophelia,
That'll hit.
and a 20, non-natural to hit.
Oh my god.
That's 11 damage.
Ouch. Ophelia looks pretty bad. She's reeling from the bite and the hit to her head.
All right. The other zombies wait their turn. Hylan.
Oh my gosh. Alright. I don't know what to do. I'm in shock because Ophelia is the only thing between us and a room full of zombies that one of them already hit me and it was tremendously painful. So I'm going to shoot the zombie that is directly in front of her
Okay.
with my short bow.
You will have sneak attack because Ophelia is 5 feet from you.
Excellent. I'm gonna say, get back in the ground. Nope, that's a 7.
A 7 does not hit.
I'm very sorry. And
It's okay. It would have been really cool if it worked.
I'm going to move just in case Ophelia can disengage and get out of the way.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Corbin, you're up.
So Corbin reaches out with his long bugbear arms. He wraps them around Ophelia and he's like, what are you doing in there? Get out. And he pulls her back. There's a little space behind him by the door and he spins her into that space.
Okay.
And he says, I got her and killed them. And that's my turn.
Okay, Ophelia, you've just been pulled out of the room. You're right next to this door. It's your turn, though.
Ophelia is reeling. I will cast Cure Wounds on myself, and as a bonus action, I will sing a little song in my head and give myself bardic inspiration.
Awesome. How much healing do you get back?
I heal 7 hit points.
All right. Very good. Renascence, it's now your turn.
I stare straight ahead at the crawling, almost beheaded zombie that's still in the doorway, and I whistle at it again. Another DC 13 wisdom save.
A 4. Fails.
9 necrotic.
Okay. This zombie is very resilient, it seems, to your attacks because it just keeps rolling those awesome Constitution saving throws. I got a 20 on that time.
Oh my god.
The dice are with me tonight. In this case, yeah, it definitely does damage to the creature. You see bits of it just falling to the ground, but this creature is still staggering in its space and has not exploded as the other one did. It's still up.
Renaissance stands his ground, and
Okay.
that's the end of my turn.
All right, here we go. The zombie that has pulled its head off, amazingly so, and has caused such awful damage to Ofelia, surges forwards towards you, Renaissance, with the others right behind it. And although they, behind this one, cannot make attacks against you, the headless one does, in fact, seem to want to taste your flesh. And so it will bite with a non-natural 20.
That'll hit.
6 piercing damage, I guess, for bites, yeah.
Ah.
Ooh.
The other zombies sort of surge in behind it. But they are still held in the choke point. Hylan, you're up.
Alright, I push it back. I say, Hylan, you gotta close that gap. You gotta come back. If 2 of them get out, we're fucked.
That's what I'm doing. Here I come. All right, I move back next to Renascence, so I'm closing off this zombie's further approach, and I'm going to hit it with my short sword and a dagger.
All right.
I'm going to sort of throw back my awful covered cloak and hit it. It's an 8 for the short sword attack, so that's going to miss.
No, actually, an 8 will hit.
Really?
It has an AC of 8.
Oh, fantastic.
They're zombies.
Oh, I don't know.
Not like they're gonna run away from you.
My man's just holding his head and still hitting us. Okay, so that's 8 piercing and 6 sneak attack, so a total of 14 damage.
Okay, that one totally fells it. There's no way a Constitution saving throw is gonna hit that high. So yeah, that one is 100% destroyed by your short sword attack.
Great.
Thank God for that.
And then I am going to throw my dagger. That's an 8.
It will hit.
4 piercing.
All right, very nice.
Nice.
You throw your dagger across the room at the zombie behind it. It sticks in this creature, just no showing of pain at all, of course, because these things are absolutely zombies and don't show pain nor emotion.
That's my turn.
All right, Corbin, we're up.
Corbin is going to pull his arm back and crack his whip at that one zombie he can see about 10, 15 feet into the room, which he can reach easily with his whip. And he rolls a 22.
22 will hit.
4 slashing hit.
Absolutely. Whittling it down.
And that's it.
Ofelia, your turn.
I look horrified at Ofelia like I think she's gonna run back in front of me again.
Oh no, Corbin is blocking
this
her.
time-
She is not getting through.
I also can see the zombie this time, right? This one's not dead, right?
It is.
Oh, it's very dead.
Okay. Yeah, it's my view is so limited that I can't.
I'm with you.
Okay. Ofelia will raise her violin and will prepare to cast Vicious Mockery when she sees a zombie.
Solid choice. Reticence, you're up.
I hold my ground where I am, and I whistle at the next zombie.
It makes it with a 13.
Oh. Right, I just sort of motion with my hand like it should walk forward towards me.
It will certainly comply.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. The remaining 4 zombies will fill in the gap.
4.
This one will attack you, Renaissance. Trying to slam you in the face. Oh my god, I'm rolling like a fucking champ today. 21, non-natural.
Yeah.
3 bludgeoning damage.
Ugh.
Got lucky there.
When Ofelia sees the zombie, she casts Vicious Mockery. Look at this disgusting creature. Its face is falling off.
It seems to like that, as it has just rolled a 15 wisdom save.
Oh no.
Thank you.
Was
Right.
she talking about me?
Okay, now we're up to Hylan.
Is there no end to these zombies? I'm going to stab twice with one short sword stab each. That's a 23 to hit.
Yes, indeed.
That's 4 piercing and 3 sneak attack for 7 damage.
Awesome.
And that's 11 to hit.
Absolutely.
That's 5 piercing.
All right, your 2 attacks sink into the zombified flesh. It does not die. It stands there in front of Renascence, still wanting to destroy this living creature in front of him. Okay, now we're up to Corbin.
Right. Corbin will once again crack this one in the front with his whip. Natural 1
Yeah, it's
for a 5.
Well, no, unfortunately, that's not going to work with a natural 1. That's an automatic failure. So yeah, you reach back with your whip hand and it just hits the back wall and your whip falls limp for a second. You sort of try to whip it at this creature and it sort of coils around your hand for a sec.
Too crowded in here.
Ophelia.
Ophelia will throw a dagger at the zombie in front of Renascence.
Okay,
That's an 11.
that'll hit.
4 piercing damage.
Okay, the dagger sinks into its flesh. It's still not down. Renascence.
All right. I draw my long sword and plunge it towards the creature's chest directly in front of me. With a 22.
Right.
Oh yeah. How much damage?
10 slashing.
Awesome.
All right. You plunge your sword right through it. It hisses at you. And then the lights go out
Yes.
and it falls to the
I
ground.
kick it off the blade, pull my sword out, and pass it from hand to hand, waiting for the next one to come.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
There are 3 zombies left in this room. They file in towards you, Renascence. The first one comes at you, the other 2 behind it. With a 7, it tries to hit you.
No, I swat it away with my shield.
Okay. Hylan, you're up.
I can't believe there are more zombies. I'm going to,
I can't believe it's not zombie.
I'm just going to stab.
All right.
First stab is a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's 4 piercing and 3 sneak attack for 7 damage.
Absolutely.
And the second is a 9 to hit.
That'll still hit. AC with an 8.
6 piercing damage.
All right. Chopping them into little zombie.
Undead nuggets.
Yeah. Oh, delicious. Yummy. Mmm. Corbin.
Now I'm hungry. Corbin is just going to drop his whip because he's mad at it. And he's going to pull out Deadeye's scimitar.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to take a slash at that one right in front of him. Or an 8.
That'll hit it on the nose.
4 slashing damage.
All right.
Now, does drawing a dagger count as... I mean, he already drew a sword, so can he throw his dagger? But he doesn't have it out.
Yeah, absolutely. You can use your bonus action to throw it. It'll just, if it hits, it'll just do the dagger damage. But it's worthwhile noting that because you are 5 feet from it, you will get disadvantage.
You don't have to throw it.
Oh, right. I have big, long arms. And he'll stab at it. Ooh, a 19.
Okay.
It does 3 points of piercing.
Awesome. Okay. It's on its last legs. You stabbed it. It went right into the zombie's throat. It's choking, gasping on its own black ichor, but it still wants your flesh.
I'm done.
Ophelia.
Ophelia once again pulls out her violin. These creatures are too stupid to know when to die. And she casts Vicious Mockery again.
It failed its wisdom save. Okay. When you do so, this zombie just crumples. Renascence, you're up.
All right, there's some daylight between me and the next zombie, so I whistle at it. And I curl my index finger to get it to come to me, and it's got to make a DC 13 wisdom save.
Fails with a 7.
It's not been wounded, correct?
Yes, it has a dagger stuck in it.
4 necrotic. That's the end of my turn.
The last 2 zombies, one right behind the other. First one smashing at you. That is a fail, I can guarantee it, with a 7.
Yeah, I dodge out of the way.
Hylan, you're up.
I can see that these are the last 2 zombies.
Absolutely.
Okay, with my short sword.
Yep.
5 piercing and 6 sneak attack for 11 damage.
Yeah.
And then... Oh, nice. An 8 With the offhand attack?
Yep,
7 piercing damage.
absolutely. Hold on one sec. Nat 1 failed it. So, yeah, you shove your short sword in, it goes right up through this creature's innards, out through the back, and it falls to the ground, also deceased once again. 1 zombie left. Corbin.
Corbin will once again reach way across, and he'll slash at that one that's left with his scimitar for a 19.
Hits.
5 points of slashing damage.
Excellent.
And then he will take his dagger and use his bonus action to go again. Oh, another 19.
Yep.
For 4 more piercing.
Awesome.
And that's it. I'm done.
Ophelia.
Ophelia will run past Corbin and Renascence. So
Oh god, here we go again.
in melee range
Oh my god.
with the zombie.
I said I was blocking her. Can I use
Oh
my
my
action
God.
to block her?
It'll be contested.
He did
If
say
is
that.
true. Ophelia.
Test it.
Okay, making athletics against a bugbear. I want to see this.
Athletics against athletics.
Yes,
Is that
indeed,
what we're
yep.
doing? 16.
What'd you get, Ophelia?
I rolled a 7.
Yeah, no, you start to run into the room, and Corbin just strong arms you, almost like clotheslines you for a sec, Ophelia. Because you guys are about the same
Sorry.
height. Corbin's just a little taller than you, because you're like 6 feet tall, but he's like 7 feet tall. And he just raises his arm, and you just go, "Ugh," and he just hits you right in the scapula.
Corbin, I know you're trying to protect me, but I can take care of myself.
It's all right. Just stay there.
Good job, Corbin.
Ophelia picks up her violin once more. Prepares.
Aggravated.
Sigh.
Yeah, with a big ol' sigh, she picks up her violin once again and prepares to cast Vicious Mockery when she can see the zombie.
Okay, Renascence, you're up.
I give a little whistle.
Lots of whistling
and
happened tonight.
Gotta make a DC 13 wisdom save.
That's an 11. Fails.
Has this one been wounded?
Yes, it has.
4 necrotic.
Alrighty.
And I again hold up my sword in front of me and wait for it to come to me. And that's the end of my turn.
Indeed it does. The last zombie. No morale checks for this zombie. It just comes forward and does what it...
I cast Vicious Mockery.
Vicious Mockery. Oh my god. That one. And it's worth stating that he has a -2 modifier on wisdom. So he actually got a -1 on that roll.
Oh, he is very upset.
His head hurt.
I say, trying to think of a good one now. I say, you're lucky my friend's holding me back because I'd rip you to shreds, you pathetic creature. And I do 2 psychic damage.
Okay. It holds its head.
And has disadvantage on its next attack.
Awesome. Okay, so Ophelia, because of your
Sick burn.
super sick burn, it will have disadvantage on this attack. So yeah, that's a 7.
No, I sort of just smack it in the forehead as it lunges towards me and push it back.
You've already hit it in its like vulnerable spot after that vicious mockery. It was holding its head anyway, and then you just give it a little backhand to the head. Hylan, you're up.
Okay, it's been working very well, so I'm going to keep stabbing with my short sword.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 9 to hit.
It'll hit.
6 piercing and 5 sneak attack, so 11 damage. And I'm gonna do that one as sort of a slash in the air towards the neck.
Actually, you don't need to, Hylan, because as you slash towards this creature's already damaged head, your slash goes right through its neck, and it is completely beheaded, falls over in a heap, dead.
I just slide down the wall and sit down on the ground.
Whew. And you are out of combat.
Yay!
Oh, I slump back against the wall. And I say, well, I guess any landing you can walk away from. Now, I'm sure this room is filled with valuable treasure, so I step into the zombie closet.
Okay.
Thanks for listening. This episode featured the Dungeon Master stylings of Matt Gordon, with Andy Cannistra as Painbearer Corbin Shiv, Carolyn Fox as Hylan, Rachel Tamarin as Ofelia, and me, Tal Aviezer, as Renascence. This episode was edited by Carolyn Fox. Our original theme music is by Lauren Anker and Anthony DiMasso. Some sound effects in this episode are courtesy of Syrinscape. Remember, if you enjoy Podcast Party Descent into Avernus, please subscribe to the show, rate us, and leave us a review. Thanks very much for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks with the next episode.
Can you do that music again for him?
Yeah, here I go. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Beep, 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 beep.